Good afternoon. My name is Robin Yates. I'm the Dean and Vice Provost of Graduate Studies. On behalf of the University of Calgary and the Killam Trust, welcome to our 2021 Killam Celebration. We have our award winners, our Killam Trustees, our senior leadership team, as well as many community members joining us here today. Although we are gathered here virtually again this year, I'm so glad that we can still come together to celebrate our incredible Killam Award recipients. Before we begin the program, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional territories of the people of Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nations, and the Stoney Nakoda include the Chiniki, Bearsport, and Wesley First Nations. The City of Calgary is also home to Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. The University of Calgary is proud to be one of only 5 Killam universities in Canada, valued at over $450 million across 5 universities and the Canada Council. The Killam endowments constitute the largest private endowment in Canada. And we at the University of Calgary are very privileged to be part of this remarkable legacy. I would now like to acknowledge and recognize the Killam trustees who generously give many hours to ensure that the funds in the trusts are well managed and used for the purposes intended. We are honored to have them here today. Mr. Bernie Miller most recently served as Deputy Minister of the Office of Strategy Management and the Deputy Minister of Business for Nova Scotia and as a Managing Trustee for the Killam Trusts. Mr. Jim Dinning is a prominent Albertan, former Provincial Cabinet Minister, a Fellow of the Institute of Corporate Directors, and a former Chancellor at the University of Calgary. Ms. Brenda Eden is a former Deputy Minister in BC, is a corporate director for several boards in the public, private and non-for-profit sector. Is recognized by WXN as one of Canada's 100 most powerful women. Dr. Kevin Lynch is a former clerk of the Privy Council of Canada and the current vice chair of the BMO Financial Group, and also a former chancellor of the University of King's College. At this time, I'd like to also recognize the members of the committees who did the hard work of reviewing the applications and adjudicating the Killam Awards at the University of Calgary. These committees have to make very tough decisions from a wealth of exceptional applications, and we appreciate the care going into these decisions. The Killam Memorial Scholarship Committee is responsible for selecting the Pre-Doctoral Laureates. The Killam Selection Committee is responsible for the Research, Teaching and Mentorship Awards. The McCaig Killam Teaching Award Committee selects the winner of the McCaig Killam Teaching Award. And the Killam Postdoctoral Fellowship Committee is responsible for selecting the postdoctoral laureates. Thank you to all the members of the Killam adjudication committees. I'd like to acknowledge the members of the University Executive Leadership Team who are joining us here today. President Ed McCauley, Provost and Vice President Academic Terry Bolsa, Vice President Research William Gully, and Vice President Finance and Services Ron Kim. Lastly, thank you to all the staff and team in the Provost Office, Research Services, and the Faculty of Graduate Studies who ensure that all things Killam run smoothly at the University of Calgary, and also to the advancement team for the support with today's virtual celebration. It is now my to introduce our university's President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ed McCauley, to share a few words.
Thank you, Dean Yates, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm thrilled to be part of this celebration, and I want to start by congratulating our incredible Killam Laureates. When I look back on this past year and I reflect on their leadership and creativity that you've shown, I am in awe. It's been a particularly challenging time for so many in our community. And you've responded to these challenges with courage, new ideas, and meaningful solutions. This is what high impact scholarship is all about. And this is leadership that reflects the ultimate goal of the university's framework for growth. We want to be a beacon for great student experiences, research, innovations, and collaborations that create a lasting benefit to our societies. And I think your efforts are wonderful demonstrations of this commitment. It also means a great deal to all of us here at the University of Calgary to have our bright stars recognized by the Killam Trust. We're on a path great research university. But great research universities do not happen by accident. They achieve excellence through a significant investment in the development and success of their scholars. Dorothy Killam knew this, and she set up the Killam Trust with such a goal in mind, helping us support our scholars so that they, in turn, can elevate and strengthen our communities. It's a tremendous honor for us to continue this legacy as one of Canada's Killam universities. And I want to highlight here that despite this period of very difficult challenges, we embrace a future of possibilities and progress. We are dedicated to teaching, learning, research, new creative outputs, and partnerships that will improve the world around us for the years and decades to come. And I think this is another important characteristic of great research universities. We plan for the long term, recognizing that the work we do now will have an important and lasting impact. Our Killam Laureates play a pivotal role in shaping this path forward. And so I want to thank all of you here for the leadership you contribute to our communities every day. And I'd also like to thank the Killam Trust for their support and investment in these exceptional scholars. On behalf of all of us, thank you so much. It's now my pleasure to turn the mic over to Bernie Miller, the Managing Trustee of the Killam Trust. During his 30-year career, Mr. Miller has been a lawyer, Chief Executive Officer, and Senior Public Servant. Most recently, he served as the Deputy Minister of Strategy Management and Deputy Minister of Business for Nova Scotia. Mr. Miller, over to you.
Thank you, Ed. Mrs. Dorothy Killam had an overriding ambition when she created the Killam Trusts. It was to build Canada's future through advanced study. Her ambition was to achieve a standard of global excellence right here in Canada. The Killam Memorial Chair, held for a 5-year term, is an important part of the Killam program. It is awarded annually, or is awarded to an internationally recognized scholar in science or engineering with a superior record of attracting or supervising graduate students and postdoctoral fellows. The current Killam Memorial Chair is Dr. Cathy McCoy, a professor in the Cummings School of Medicine, Department of Physiology and Pharmacology. Dr. McCoy is an internationally recognized leader in microbiome and immunology research. Dr. McCoy's vision for the future is sparking groundbreaking discoveries about the role of microbiota and their dynamic interactions with their hosts and other microbes. Such breakthroughs have dramatic influence on how new diagnostic techniques are being engineered, how our society will approach advancements in ecology, in agriculture, and in medicine into the future. She's also recognized as a global expert in immunology, host microbiome interactions, and gnotobiotic research. That's the science and study of animals or other organisms raised in environments free of germs or those which contain only specifically known germs. But of course, we all knew all that. Dr. McCoy is the founding director of the University of Calgary's International Microbiome Center. And on behalf of all of the Killam trustees, I'm honored to introduce this feature profile of Dr. Cathy McCoy to share more about her research and the global impact she is making.
My name is Cathy McCoy. I'm a professor in the Department of Physiology and Pharmacology in the Cummings School of Medicine. And my research studies the interaction and communications between the microbiome and the immune system. What I do find really exciting about my research is the ability to be able to look at really basic mechanisms to try to understand, basic biology of how maybe small molecules that are produced by the microbiota can impact on distinct cells of the immune system. We can potentially modify our microbiome, and individuals can also, do what they can to keep themselves healthy through promoting a healthy microbiome. And for me, that's exciting because our research can go from basic immunology, basic science, all the way through to translation and how we can, make new drugs to target the microbiome or harness the power of the microbiome to really treat diseases and maybe even prevent diseases. I was recruited back to the University of Calgary, and I've been here for the last 5 years. Having lived overseas for many, many years, it was both exciting and I was a bit apprehensive to come back to Canada. Since I've been here, I've been truthfully the happiest I've ever been in my academic career. Working here, my colleagues, they provide a very supportive and collaborative environment. These are the great people that do the science that I'm recognized for. I mean, I cannot do great science without great scientists in my lab. Having the Killam Memorial Chair really is going to help me to drive my research forward and to do research that is maybe high risk but very high reward. It's going to help me to mentor new students in my lab. Having the Killam Memorial Chair, it helps to elevate, maybe as a sign to other aspiring females in science that, you can do it and, you can do great science and be recognized for your scientific achievements. And hopefully that will be an inspiration.
Thank you, Bernie. And hello, everyone. My name is Terry Balser, and I'm the Provost and Vice President Academic here at the University of Calgary. My colleague, Bill Golly, and I are thrilled to share the honor of announcing the University of Calgary faculty members who are being recognized today. We applaud you for your dedication and commitment to your work, the countless hours you've invested to make a difference. Your efforts help to create an environment of excellence that will nurture and inspire others who follow and contribute to the University of Calgary's vision. Your achievements are a credit to the University of Calgary and the Killam name. The Killam Annual Professor Awards recognizes faculty members with a record of outstanding teaching and research scholarship, as well as a record of university, their profession, and the community. This year's Killam Annual Professors are Dr. David Eaton, who's a professor in the Department of Geoscience in the Faculty of Science, Dr. Carolyn Emery, who's a professor in the Faculty of Kinesiology, Dr. Nicole Letourneau is a professor in the Faculty of Nursing and Cummings School of Medicine in the Departments of Pediatrics, Psychiatry, and Community Health Science. Dr. Penny Pexman is a professor in the Department of Psychology in the Faculty of Arts, Associate Vice President Research, and the Postdoctoral Program Director. And Dr. Koya Voyager, who is a professor in the Sociology Department in the Faculty of Arts. And now I'd like to share a few words from this year's recipients.
The most rewarding part of my career is the opportunity to engage in ideas on an almost daily basis.
One of the most rewarding parts of my career is helping my students and postdoctoral fellows grow as scholars, gaining confidence and abilities that enable them to thrive as they begin their own careers.
I do my research almost exclusively within the Indigenous community, and my work has been primarily with Indigenous women, dealing with issues around education, health, and leadership.
What I find especially rewarding about my career is working closely with graduate students and postdocs.
The most rewarding part of my career is the opportunities I have had to work with the next generation of researchers in my field.
And I especially appreciate that aha moment when both of us realize something at exactly the same time. That's happened to me a few times, and it's wonderful.
I've had the privilege to mentor students and postdoctoral scholars, and I've learned so much from them. It's always exciting to see the impact that their research has in reducing the burden of injuries and their consequences in youth sport.
This recognition means a great deal to me. The Killam Annual Professor recognition is something I feel extremely fortunate to receive, extremely honored.
The recognition of being awarded a Killam Annual Professorship is deeply meaningful to me. It's such a huge honor.
I'm very grateful for this award. It means a great deal to me.
Being recognized through a Killam Annual Professor Award as a leader in my academic field and community is a great honor.
Izaak Walton Killam was an outstanding Canadian with roots in the Maritimes like me. And growing up, Izaak Walton Killam cast an impressive shadow of good works in my community, and so I feel very honored to receive his named award.
I'm very pleased and honored to have received this award. Thank you to the selection committee. And I also would like to thank all of my colleagues for all of their support over the years.
In hindsight, I feel so lucky to have landed at the University of Calgary 23 years ago, and to have worked with some truly outstanding trainees.
I hope to continue to have impact in the community through research contributions that inform best practice and policy in the prevention of sport-related injuries, concussions, and their consequences in youth.
Congratulations again to the Annual Professor Award recipients. My name is Bill Galley, and I'm the Vice President Research here at the University of Calgary. Our next award category is the Killam Emerging Research Leader Awards. The Killam Trusts are invested in recognizing who have, early in their careers, made outstanding contributions to research. One award is given for research related to the mandates of each of Canada's research councils: the Canadian Institutes of Health Research, the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council, and the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council. The award recipient for CIHR is Dr. Feist, Assistant Professor in the Cummings School of Medicine. She is also Director of Research and Innovation in the Department of Critical Care Medicine. Dr. Feist is an epidemiologist who works in intensive care medicine and community health. She applies science to one of the most emotionally wrought experiences in a human being's life, when a person or their family member is admitted to the intensive care unit. She looks for ways to improve the ICU experience for patients and their families through patient and family-centered critical care research. Her current work examines the role of family in preventing, detecting, and managing delirium in the critically ill. Congratulations, Kirsten. It's too bad we're not in person to interact, as I'm a colleague of Kirsten's. The award recipient for NSERC is Dr. Associate Professor in the Department of Chemistry in the Faculty of Science. Dr. Welsh leads a chemistry-centric research group working on the development and understanding of sustainable materials for energy conversion, storage, and efficiency. His group is currently focused on the design and synthesis of organic and inorganic hybrid functional materials for use in printed electronics and integration materials into electronic devices. Congratulations, Greg. And lastly, the award recipient for SHIRK is Dr. Regine King, Professor in the Faculty of Social Work. Dr. King has made her life's mission to understand the complex trauma created by mass killings and the complex approach to healing and recovery. Her research and scholarly activities have focused on psychosocial healing processes in post-genocide Rwanda, social work education in Rwanda, and cross-cultural refugee mental health in Canada. As a community-based researcher, Dr. King uses narrative inquiry, oral history, and interpretive research methods in her healing work. Congratulations to all of our emerging leaders. We wish you all continued success. It is now my pleasure to announce the recipients of the Killam Research and Teaching Awards that honor outstanding teaching and research at the University of Calgary. The first is the Killam Award in Undergraduate Mentorship, and the winner of this award is Dr. Adam Murray, Assistant Professor in Indigenous Psychology in the Faculty of Arts. Dr. Murray is dedicated to community-engaged research and his mentorship practice that always puts the students first. Dr. Murray's mentorship carefully balances the highest academic standards and research curiosity with the philosophy of self and community care. He is a leader in Indigenous mentorship, and he thoughtfully engages students in his research. Dr. Murray's mentorship is defined by the principle of relationalism, a worldview that recognizes the interconnectedness of all things. Congratulations, Adam. Our next award is the Killam Graduate Supervision and Mentorship Award. This award goes to a faculty member with an exceptional record of supervising and mentoring graduate students. This year's recipient is Dr. Jeff Dunn, Director of the Experimental Imaging Center and a professor in the Department of Radiology in the Cummings School of Medicine. Dr. Dunn creates an environment where students are empowered to actively engage in their learning. He brings together different ideas and unique perspectives to achieve outcomes that better reflect varied concerns about a single question or problem. A large part of his success is his ability to break down barriers and promote an environment of openness, trust, and mutual respect. Congratulations, Jeff. And now I'm pleased to present our most prestigious award for research this is the Killam Research Excellence Award. This year's recipient is Dr. Herman Barkema, professor in the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine. Herman founded the UCalgary Veterinary Medicine Department of Animal Health, and he leads the University of Calgary Biostatistics Center, the Environment Research Team in the Canadian Bovine Mastitis Research Network, the Alberta Iones Disease Initiative, the Antimicrobial Resistance One Health Consortium, and of great interest to us in the Vice President Research Portfolio, UCalgary's One Health Emerging Cross-Cutting. He's an expert researcher, educator, and practitioner, and he drives positive change in his field through his unwavering commitment. Here is what Herman and his fellow colleagues have to say about receiving these prestigious awards.
Hello, I'm Herman Barkema. I'm a prof in the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, Department of Production Animal Health, and cross-appointed in the Department of Community Health Sciences of the Cummings School of Medicine. My research started with udder health, mastitis in dairy cattle, and other diseases that are important in dairy cattle. What I have done throughout my career is work with dairy farmers, veterinarians, and colleagues in the field to identify the knowledge gaps in the control of diseases. Very important for my research is collaboration. Is collaboration with excellent people, and not only excellent people, also people that are fun to work with. And we have a lot of those people at the University of Calgary. The Department of Community Health Sciences, when I entered that department, it felt like a warm bath. I felt so welcome. And I had the same also when I came first to the University of Calgary to build the vet school. So people are really open to work together.
This award will provide me the resources to move my research program forward. Specifically, it's going to provide me an opportunity to support more students who are also interested in partnering with families in critical care.
Our research involves the development of organic functional materials for use to create smart next-generation technologies.
This award was in recognition of my contributions to local and international knowledge production. These groundbreaking research projects have been key to developing new ways of understanding post-conflict settings, peace building, mental health, human rights, psychosocial healing and reconciliation, and social development.
The Killam Graduate Supervision and Mentorship Award is very important to me. My training style is to individualize graduate training.
It's meaningful to me because someone hit me up through the email and said, hey, we're recommending you for this reward. And I thought, wow, that's super nice.
This award is so meaningful to me because it validates the work I've been doing to date, provides motivation going forward, and it provides support for the next generation of scientists.
This award follows on nicely from one I had earlier from the University of Calgary, the Top Graduate Supervision Award, because it gives me justification and validation to carry on with a pet project we're doing right now, which is to create a graduate training program in science communication, so improve communication skills in our graduates.
Thank you, Bill, and congratulations to our award winners. Our next category is the McCaig Killam Teaching Award. McCaig, who is both a former Killam trustee and former chancellor of the University of Calgary, retired after 22 years as a Killam trustee. We renamed our Killam Teaching Award the McCaig Killam Teaching Award in recognition of Anne's tremendous contributions to both the Killam Trusts and the University of Calgary. The McCaig Killam Teaching Award is awarded to an individual for outstanding contributions to teaching and learning at the university. This year's award goes to Dr. Kyla Flanagan, senior instructor in the Department of Biological Sciences and academic lead in the College of Discovery, Creativity, and Innovation in the Taylor Institute for Teaching and Learning. Dr. Flanagan is dedicated to creating experiences that best support student learning, to strong mentorship of students and colleagues, and to providing extraordinary educational leadership. She's taken the initiative to help improve the student experience and education of our undergraduate and graduate students and created a genuine culture of excellence. Here's what Dr. Flanagan had to say about receiving this honor.
Hello, I'm Kyla Flanagan. I'm a senior instructor in the Department of Biological Sciences and currently seconded as an academic lead in the Taylor Institute for Teaching and Learning. I've been working at UCalgary for the last 13 years, and I'm so incredibly honored to be selected for this award. Thank you for considering my application and supporting my work. Creating the dossier for this nomination allowed me to reflect on my teaching and leadership practice over the last 10+ years and pause to consider how I'd like to move forward. Every day, but particularly today, I'm inspired to continue learning and growing as an educator, and I'm excited to explore new ways to support deep, meaningful student learning experiences and create opportunities for students that span the boundaries of teaching and undergraduate research. I've been extremely fortunate to be surrounded by phenomenal mentors at UCalgary, and as I sit here in my home office and celebrate this honor, I'm struck by deep gratitude for the amazing UCalgary teaching and learning community and the support I have received this year and throughout my career. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Dr. Flanagan. I'd next like to highlight our Killam Visiting Scholar Award. Dr. Rochelle Allen King of the University of Buffalo will be visiting our campus and will be hosted by Dr. Catherine Ryan in the Faculty of Science. During the visit, Dr. Allen King will work with instructors who currently offer existing graduate skills courses, the Faculty of Science's Graduate Academic Curriculum Review Committee, GCARC, and the Associate Dean of Graduate Education to develop a unified offering of a Faculty of course for graduate students. Dr. Allen King's research while at University of Calgary will focus on climate change impacts on the nutrient budgets of Canadian Rockies alpine lakes. And now I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Galley to talk about an exciting new award.
Thank you, Terry. This year, we've introduced a new research chair, and I'm honored to be able to recognize our inaugural Killam Memorial Emerging Leader Chair. This is one of the most prestigious research chairs available at the University of Calgary. The recipient is a current University of Calgary faculty member who has, at a relatively early career stage, made outstanding contributions to their field of research or scholarship. The purpose of the chair is to accelerate the scholar's career and the impact of their research to a level of international leadership. And I believe we have a person who's already an international leader. Our UCalgary inaugural Killam Memorial Emerging Leader Chair, is Dr. Melanie, an Associate Professor of Clinical Psychology in the Faculty of Arts. Dr. Noel is an international leader in understanding and mitigating the social, cognitive, economic, and mental health impacts of pediatric chronic pain. Her research provides compelling evidence that how children remember pain sets the stage for future pain experiences and affects their development and health across the lifespan. On behalf of the Killam trustees, we wish Dr. Noel continued success, and I'm proud to introduce this feature profile video to share more about her research and the global impact that she hopes to make.
My name is Dr. Melanie Knoll. I'm an Associate Professor of Clinical Psychology at the University of Calgary, and I study the psychological aspects of children's acute and chronic pain. My research, number one, is about showing that pain is a problem in children. 1 in 5 Canadian children suffer from chronic pain. 2/3 of those children will become adults with chronic pain and mental health problems. So number one, the goal of my research is to really show that this is a problem and this is a universal experience that needs to be understood and recognized. What drives me is the potential to actually change not one life, but many lives, to change public understanding, and to reduce pain and suffering, not just in children, but across the lifespan. The University of Calgary has been a phenomenal place to be a researcher. I have worked in many different places, but I will say I have never been surrounded by such generous, collaborative colleagues and a community. There are no barriers here to doing science. This is the biggest honor of my career. It's an incredible validation, not just of me, not just of my lab, but of the work that we're doing. And what it really does is it not just recognizes the work that we're doing and the importance of psychology and the importance of pediatric pain, but it also protects my time for research. That is a huge gift. In the COVID-19 pandemic, we are now launching a project to really help parents, help their children prepare for these vaccinations that are upcoming. Without this kind of award, I would have to apply for grants for 2 to 3 years to sort of make that happen, and those opportunities and those moments in time pass. And so what this award allows me to do is really have the creative freedom, the time to really innovate, to be creative, to jump on opportunities, to do meaningful science as they arise, and to really catapult my research to new heights. I'm grateful to the Killam Trusts for trusting me to really do this important science to improve lives of children and families.
This past year, you have been recognized for your mentorship, your talent in education and research, and your service to the community. As visionaries and leaders who are courageously advancing acknowledged here at the University of Calgary. We are now honored to recognize the post and pre-doctoral laureates. The Killam Postdoctoral Fellowship enables exceptional new scholars at the University of Calgary to focus on their research training, develop and initiate original research in that discipline, and participate in and contribute to their field. The 2021 to 2023 Killam Postdoctoral Laureates are Dr. Misavi Shirin, who is in the Department of Physiology and Pharmacology and Biomedical Engineering at the Cummings School of Medicine, and Dr. Katarina Hipman from the Faculty of Nursing, who is an honorary Killam Postdoctoral Scholar for 2021 to 2023. We'd also like to recognize our prior Killam Postdoctoral Laureate, who is currently continuing their term at the University of Calgary, Dr. Abhijit Alasay, in the Department of Physics and Astronomy in the Faculty of Science. Dr. Alasay was awarded this honor for 2020 to 2022. The Killam Pre-Doctoral Scholarship is the most prestigious award available to PhD students at the University of Calgary. Not surprisingly, many of the recipients of the Killam Doctoral Fellowship are also recipients of scholarships from the national granting agencies or other sources. This year, we have 24 first-year and 22 second-year Killam Laureates. This is, above all, a celebration of their achievements. The Izaak Walton Killam Memorial Scholarship first-year laureates are Tiffany Becks, Eleanor Baliga, Harrison Campbell, Ryan Crosschild, Davor Curick, Luis Gustavo Negeda de Almeida, Julie Delimans, Georgina Freeman, Raheel Gartre Samini, Madison Hifberg, Erin Ingalls, Shaliza Ladhani, Jamie Michaels, Zachary Moline, Maria Pavlova, Stefan Polo, Luis Felipe Ponce Alvarez, Cecilia Porter, Janae Redwood, Abdullah Safa Soiden, Bogalaka Sus, Vishnu Vasant, Catherine Weber, and Gerardo Zegas. The Izaak Walton Killam Memorial Scholarship second-year laureates are Malad Almehi Peshui, Muhammad Ali Ahmedi, Elena Balolubskaya, Catherine Blair, Pablo Danilo Borham Padilla, Christy Brown, James Bull, Roberta Cabril Ramos Mota, Crystal Chokski, Megan Kluche, Alufiti Hassanabad, Kaltri Kusali, Chelsea Moran, Amiko Maraki, Dustin Nikolic, Olu Watomiwa Ocean, Kelsey Penninan, Abdullah Sahan, Mason Scottgard, Karita Thomas, Lee Van Dyke, and Jared Forrest. Our pre-doctoral and postdoctoral laureates are joining us here in the audience this afternoon, but we caught up with a few of them in advance to hear what this recognition means to them.
My research presents the design and implementation of a novel electronic instrument with a dedicated glove controller and an interactive game-like environment aiming to spark musical interest.
My research looks at the role that human resource professionals are playing in the labor market integration of skilled immigrants to Canada.
This award is an outstanding confirmation of my efforts and a constant reminder to pursue high-quality research in my field.
My research looks at collaborative and creative approaches to technology design in healthcare.
My research uses what's called process drama to engage in complex literacy practices in secondary schools.
My research looks at writing with word prediction technologies and artificial intelligence.
My research focuses on using digital technologies, including terrestrial laser scanning and drone-based photogrammetry, to explore questions of commemoration and remembrance of former Indian residential schools in Alberta.
I work in Northwest Greenland with a group of Inuit whose homeland is bisected by the Canada-Greenland border.
This award has been a life vest during the storm and provided me the encouragement to continue to pursue my research goals and to seek better outcomes.
In my doctoral research, I turned to the Buffalo Treaty as a way to understand how the removal of salient kin, in this case buffalo, have negatively impacted Indigenous life in politics.
I am currently completing a large randomized control exercise intervention trial that is investigating the optimal exercise intensity for improving cardiorespiratory fitness and other cardiometabolic measures.
My doctoral research examines Canadian veterans' experiences of betrayal, specifically betrayal committed by military-related institutions.
So one of the main goals of our lab is to use biomaterials to enhance heart healing after a heart attack.
My research asks the questions: what are the most salient barriers preventing access to government benefits? And who are the individuals that are not enrolling?
My research looks at the impact of technology and the gig economy on the labor market participation of illegalized immigrant women from the Caribbean.
The thing that I appreciate the most about the Killam Award is the fact that it's not closed off to international students. A lot of the time, awards pass over very talented individuals just essentially based off their passport.
This award will allow me to spend more time in the Arctic with the communities.
Thanks to this award, I can continue on my research and examine the effect of reminiscing intervention in larger samples in kids of different ages, as well as in different pain conditions.
But receiving a award like this gives you extra motivation and energy to keep pushing for your bigger goals.
This award truly is one of my biggest accomplishments, and I am incredibly grateful for the opportunity that the Killam Trust has provided me by giving me this award.
The Izaak Walton Killam Doctoral Scholarship gives me the support to pursue my research aims and connect with other scholars in my field.
This award gives me the time and the resources to complete a large-scale project.
I'm working on human microbiome. So the microbiome refers to the collection of microbes living in our intestinal tract, and they play a major role in our health and disease.
My research is aimed towards building quantum computers using exotic systems known as topological systems. Such quantum computers are predicted to be able to solve practical problems that are otherwise impossible to solve on existing supercomputers.
The goal of my research is to support individuals and families who are facing acute episodes of mental illness in the postpartum period.
I feel that the Killam Award recognizes my potential, and that gives me a deep sense of responsibility to be able to use this potential to the betterment of science and society.
The Killam Postdoctoral Fellowship means a lot to me because I think it reflects the hard work and dedication that I have shown towards my research over the years.
Having the Killam Award will not only help raise the profile of my work, but will also lend additional credibility to the work.
Phenomenal, and so much great research, and that was just a selection. So congratulations to all of our laureates. I'd like to invite President Macaulay back on screen to announce the final award of the day. Ed?
Thanks, Robin. I'm delighted to introduce our next award, which is the Donald N. Byers Memorial Killam Prize. This prize is awarded to a first-year Killam Laureate for the best statement of a program of study and research. This year, we actually had two outstanding recipients, Cecilia Porter in the Department of Anthropology and Archaeology, and Jamie Michael of English. We have a special video of when we shared this news with Cecilia and Jamie. Let's take a look. Hi, Cecilia and Jamie. I hope things are going well. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to chat. And I really wish we were talking in person, but it's still great to connect with you virtually. I wanted to first congratulate you on receiving the Killam Pre-Doctoral Scholarships. Being named a Killam Pre-Doctoral Laureate is a fantastic accomplishment. And I really do hope you know how proud we all are of your achievement and looking forward to what you're going to achieve in the future. But I have a second item that I want to chat about today, and that's the Donald N. Byers Memorial Killam Prize. The Byers Prize is for the best statement of a program of study and research, and it's awarded to a first-year Killam Laureate. And Cecilia and Jamie, I'm thrilled to share with you that you have both been selected this year for the Donald N. Byers Memorial Killam Prize. The prize is a very unique honor, and it comes with an additional monetary award. But our university and the Killam Trust are just so proud to celebrate this with you, and I want to pass on my heartfelt congratulations on yet another prize that you're going to be receiving.
Thank you very much there, Ed. I was worried for a second you were going to make Cecilia and I flip a coin for it, so it's nice to be in good company here.
Yes, exactly. And I've read the statements. They're really, really quite powerful. So I'd like to hear what your thoughts on flipping a coin. What do you think about being selected?
Oh, I'm very humbled. I mean, even to be in the Killam process itself is, you know, a real testament to kind of my growth as a scholar. So to get the nod on this one, I really appreciate it. I could see by Cecilia's big smile. I think she appreciates it as well there. So we're tickled to be here today.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to second that. I'm humbled. You know, I think you put a lot of, all of us, we put a lot of work in, and we really believe in our work, and we believe in the hope that our work has to have a positive impact in the world. And then to have other people believe in us is amazing.
I think that a lot of projects are often hamstrung by the fact that there's a project that you really want to be able to do, and that's your optimal project. And then there's a project that you're kind of pigeonholed into due to financial constraints. So I think with this type of award, we're really privileged in that we get to do the PhD work that we really feel that is at its optimum capacity.
Absolutely, especially for me, because I'm working in the Arctic. Like, in order to really genuinely collaborate with communities, you can't buzz in for 2 weeks and as an outsider and then leave. You've really got to spend the time in communities making genuine connections, and that's really expensive and it's hard. So this makes a huge difference for me.
Congratulations, Cecilia and Jamie, and we'll look into adding a twin cost into the terms of reference. So that comes to a conclusion. A very special thank you to our guests, the Killam trustees, and to everyone for joining us this afternoon. Going virtual is not always smooth sailing, so if you had any connection issues throughout the program, or if you're just interested in watching the videos again, they will be made available online shortly. The award winners this year are truly remarkable, and we are absolutely honored to recognize their achievements publicly. As we close out the event, I would like to play one last video to thank the Killam trustees.
Thank you very much. Again, I'm super humbled to be acknowledged by the Killam organization.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'd like to thank everyone here and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I sincerely thank the Killam Trust for this generous award.
Thank you so much. It really means a lot.
I want to say a big thank you to Killam Trust.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all, and especially to the selection committee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Killam trustees for recognizing us. This feels so special.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thanks.